Hello, and welcome back to MillennialTheraMom. Today we're going to be chatting a little bit about embracing imperfection for postpartum mental health and beyond. So this is specifically for anybody else out there who has always just had really high expectations of themselves. Maybe this has looked like you're always climbing the ladders in your job, you're always the responsible one, always the one that was on task, all of that. And I specifically want to speak on this topic because I'm definitely one of those. And I know that there are certain things that have helped me a lot as I'm learning how to embrace my own imperfection that's been helping me in my parenthood. So make sure to keep watching because I'm going to be sharing 3 ways we can do that. So the first part is just remembering that mistakes is literally part of being human. It is part of how we learn. Whether or not you experience this in your own childhood or your own adulthood around mistakes actually being safe places to learn, that's kind of a different little mini topic. But I do want to say that at least in the ways that I've learned about, my own faith journey, my own mental health journey, and everything else, I'm realizing like, wow. I don't think perfection was ever actually a requirement for anything. It just was one way that maybe I learned how to avoid certain feedback or criticism because I was so sensitive. It was like, I'd rather just do it really good and nice and perfect than you say anything. Now I'm learning, like, oh no, we can actually cope with, getting things wrong and realizing like this is the only way that we really truly learn. I want to share one example that happened to me early postpartum is we showed up to our first appointment, with our daughter and forgot the diaper bag. And you could say that was a mistake, right? Like I didn't know, we didn't think to bring it. We both made that mistake. And on the one side, we could have beat ourselves up and being like, wow, this is dumb, blah, 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 blah. How could you forget it? This and that. And if your mind goes there, I think that's okay. It's that reframe where we're able to catch ourselves and then be like, wait a minute. Like I am learning how to be a parent. Like my daughter was literally just a few days old, right? We're learning how to be parents. We're learning all the little things. We're learning the routines, how to get out the house with all the stuff that we need. And of course, in that, there is going to be mistakes. There's going to be things we forget, but that is literally how we learn. So just that gentle reframe, if you catch yourself kind of having this negative self-talk when you do make a mistake, whether it's something simple or big, we can always talk to ourselves gently and say that mistakes is how we learn and how do we learn from this, right? So that's just the one way that we can do that. The second is knowing that even if a role is difficult or uncomfortable, it does not mean that we're failing. So the very first moment that you step into any role, like I think about when I first started as a therapist, right? Oh my goodness, did I feel uncomfortable? And did I think I'm horrible at this? But the only way that we can really learn and step into our power in whatever role is remembering that we learn the roles as we do them, we practice them. So I had heard something earlier on in my postpartum journey that was just really sweet and gentle enough for me to receive it. And it was talking about how when you're parenting a child, especially a young one, and you feel like, oh my gosh, like we're just not getting it, we don't have a good rhythm, or I'm not good at this, you can always remind yourself, like, I've never been a parent to a blank month old. My baby has never been a blank month old yet. They are experiencing this role alongside with me. So right now, I've never been a parent to a 20-month-old who is potty training, right? So there's been some challenges in learning how to redirect and learning how to, again, potty train, how to get everything where it needs to be. And instead of seeing this as, wow, I'm bad at this, I can remind myself, I've never been in this role and I'm still learning. So I know the first one was a little bit more around tasks. The second one is more about the role that you're stepping into and meeting yourself with compassion in that new role too. And the third one is around the relationships that we hold and that we have. So for me, it's always important to remember that my imperfect presence will always be more important for the relationship that me and my daughter or me and other people in my life are experiencing and growing. It's always going to be more important than perfectly performing. So my imperfect presence and yours too is more important than imperfectly performing because performance is just that. It's this facade. It's this, I have this all together and yes, I don't have any big feelings and I know how to do everything. And that's exhausting. Honestly, it really is exhausting. And I think there is such healing and health that can come when we embrace our own authenticity and vulnerability and being like, I'm not quite perfect and we don't expect it. Like, I know my faith doesn't call me to be perfect. I know that the relationship I'm building with my daughter, I don't want her to be perfect or think she can only come to me when I'm perfect. Same with like my spouse and the other people in my life. I want them to know that I'm going to be imperfectly present for them and there for them more than I will ever be perfectly performing because I want it to be a deep rooted, true, authentic relationship. So I hope you found something in this video that you can take with you as a gentle reminder and as a gentle encouragement that you can embrace your imperfect self. Again, I don't think that embracing your mistakes or embracing imperfection means that you just go around being like, oh well, this is who I am, right? Like I'm just rude. I just cuss at people. It's like, oh no, we can still learn from our mistakes, right? Like remembering that we can still be accountable, we can still apologize, we can still forgive, we can still all of that stuff repair. So there is a piece in as we learn how to be imperfect, doing that for ourselves, forgiving ourselves, meeting ourselves with gentle self-compassion, which y'all probably know by now. That's one of my favorite words. So I'll clip the video here too. But my hope is that you embrace that, you love your little imperfect self, just like I'm learning to, and that you take care of yourself too. So I hope that take care, like, subscribe, and keep posted for more videos. We'll have another one in about 2 weeks.